Okay, now we're just going to show you how to prepare the glass and glue all the rails on the glass. So there's two ways we can either put the glue onto the edge and make sure it is on the glass, not in the middle, and we can just put a thin bead. So I'll show you on this one. I'm just going to put a thin bead here on either side of the glass. So this is one way of doing it, and with the other bit of glass I'll show you doing it the other way, which is gluing it into the bottom PVC rail first. So then it'll just push nicely onto the glass. Just got to make sure it's flush with the ends of the glass, which it is, and then just give it a gentle tap down to push the glue around. Okay, so that's the first panel done. Another thing that I've done prior to gluing this up is I've just put the stamps facing up, because this is the bottom. Depending if you want to put your stamps up the top, I prefer to put the stamps down the bottom and on the outer sides of the frame. So that's what I've done with the glass, and I've made sure the stickers are facing towards the outside. So with this one, we're going to do it the other way, which is a little easier to apply, and we just put them in the very corners. It's the thin bead, both sides. There's no right or wrong, you can do it either way, whatever suits you. As long as it is on the outer sides and touching the glass, and not the butyl, which is in the middle of double glazed units. You tap it down until it's nice and flat, and check that it's nice and straight, which it is. It's beautiful. Okay, now most important with getting your locking styles on, this groove on the locking style always faces towards the inside. That's what the lock actually locks into. So we need to make sure, because these are upside down, that we do get them the right way. And also with your interlocking styles, that they oppose each other and they're going the correct way to suit which way you have put your locking styles on. So I'm going to show you that now. So with these, once again, I'll just put a thin bead on the inside in the corners. Okay, so we've put that on inside, and we've just got to be mindful that everything is upside down, so we're sort of working backwards, and we need to make sure that we get the rails, which this would be facing us, so that is actually effectively, when we glue it upside down, facing the outside. And that'll push on nice and snugly. Just get our little block. And we tap that home. Make sure it is square and straight all the way down. So the other side will be the interlocker, where the two halves of the glass meet. And this panel we're going to make the inside panel. So this being inside, we need to have the interlocker facing us, so that when we flip it over in its position where it's going to be fixed, it's facing towards the outside, and then the other half meets. So for this panel, it's going to be facing us, the interlocker. So once again, in the corner, nice thin bead all the way along, both sides. And they should just fit nice and snug. And once again, we tap it down to get the glue to push right in and spread inside the cavity, inside there, so it adheres nice and tight. We make sure that it is all the way down, and the other rail definitely down. And then we let that sit for 24 hours, and we do the same with the other panel. So if it seems a little confusing, it's quite easy, because in the instructions there is a drawing that shows an overview and shows you exactly which way to glue the rails and stuff if this seems a bit tricky. So it's just getting those lock styles and the interlockers facing the right way so that they do interlock and the locks face the side that the lock pin locks into. So for this one, the other one was facing me, so this one is going to be facing the other way, and this is the outside panel. And it'll just tap on quite easily. We make sure it is all the way down, and just give it a light tap all the way home, and check that it is square and straight, which it is. And we go on to the other locking style. It might be easier for some people to put it down on the bench and just follow the line along. Okay, and this one is going to face away from us again, because once again the lock is obviously on the inside, so we need that groove facing towards the outside, which, being upside down, it's facing away from us, and once it's flipped over it'll be facing us, so that's the way it needs to be. And we just check that it is square and straight, and that's how you glue the glass.